Hey everyone, and this is gonna be a small little thing before we get into the actual video, cause I kinda screwed up a little. Now, for everyone that knows what I do for collaboration videos, you can barely hear how I am because I sometimes talk super low because I place the mic away from my face. That's my own problem. I gotta get a better setup over time, but for this one video, I tried to do stuff where people could actually hear me while in a collab, but the problem was I didn't get proper audio of my brother Casey, aka OmegaVerseGaming, for this one video because I was so excited to do something with my family that I completely forgot that the mic needs to be able to pick up both qualities if not using the same recording stuff I usually do for collaboration quality things. So I apologize, and I'm editing around the sound to make sure that his audio is picked up a lot more, and I lowered down mine so that it's even quality, but I definitely fucked up. I am sorry, but I hope you guys enjoy the video for what's to come. So, enjoy this episode of After Hours Reviews.
Sometimes I remember it one way, sometimes another. If I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice.
Hello, Nomads Party people and you beautiful bastards all over the internet. My name is V, and joining me today is one of my brothers from another mother's of OmegaVerseGaming. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic. How the hell are you?
I am groggy and I am full of pork loins and cabbage.
Might not be the best combination.
No, it is not. No, it is not. But today is a double first for me because it's not only my first animated review on After Hours, but my first ever collaboration with a family member. And it is of Batman the Killing Joke.
Yeah, fucking A, man.
And so many people have been looking forward to this movie for years, since the graphic novel came out. Oh my god. While I calm down from my fanboying, I'm gonna let my brother tell you guys at least about the first few minutes while I calm down.
Oh, the first few minutes, huh? That's all new shit as far as that goes. It's a prequel about Batgirl. They give you more about her. She bangs Batman. Spoilers, by the way.
Oh god.
It's all new stuff. There's been a bunch of people saying that the new stuff was bad and necessary. I mean, it totally wasn't necessary, but I didn't have a problem with it.
I didn't either. I mean, the most that I've ever heard is, why is Batgirl and Batman fucking? It's pretty much pedophilia in the comics. I'm like, she was college age.
Exactly, and it's in other animated things and comics where they've alluded to them having a relationship at some point. Like in Batman Beyond, they mentioned it, sorta.
Kind of.
They never flat out said, "Hey, we banged." But
It's pretty much like, we did stuff, but we didn't do stuff.
yeah.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good now. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay. So after, I would say, 28 minutes of prologue and Batman / Batgirl romance and creepy guy that is creeping on Barbara because he likes a woman that can kick his ass. Paris, France. We get into the story. And the story, from when I remember reading the graphic novel, it starts off as these murder victims from this, I think, dental convention about 3 years ago being found in a storage unit, and they call in Batman because they had Joker toxin in their blood where they were killed off, had all of their money out of their account, and now Batman's on his way to Arkham Asylum to talk to the Joker. But unknown to him, he's at an abandoned amusement park. Wait, was it an amusement park or was it like a crack den?
Yeah. It was an amusement park.
Okay.
Like a carnival or some shit like that.
Okay, one of those kitty crap things when he's talking to this one guy, and during this conversation he has one of his many flashbacks in the movie to a backstory that may or may not be true.
Who knows? He's crazy!
He is insane, but that's why I love the Joker. But, during this exchange, he then gives him some of the toxin and then brings in some people I've never seen as his henchmen into the carnival amusement park crack den thing to then just enact his plan. And from there, we then have Batman having a real-life discussion with the Joker, because we all know it's not really him, after a cameo appearance from Harvey Dent, being Harvey Dent. And, because I've never seen anyone claw at the door as viciously as Harvey Dent, like, I need my quarters! I need...
He could have at least used his bad hand. He was using his good hand.
Well, I think his bad hand was doing some stuff to keep himself occupied. But, it actually points out something that a lot of people never really talk about with Batman and the Joker, where it's true that they're polar opposites, but they can't really stop the other without it being a fight to the death thing. And I really appreciated when they wrote that in, because a lot of people like to say, why doesn't Batman just kill him off? But that's not his thing, and the Joker can't kill off Batman because that's the end of his fun.
That's up to the Justice Department.
The Justice Department.
They always blame Batman for not killing these criminals. He just takes them down. It's up to the people at Arkham to take them to...
But they never do. It's kind of like, oh yes, Batman just brought in another person. Oh, who is it? The Penguin? I'll just send him to the cell. We'll deal with him later.
There's worse people than the Penguin.
Or if it's something like, oh look, we got Poison Ivy here with some plants with her. We'll just leave her with it. She's not going to do anything.
You should execute the dangerous ones for sure, like Killer Croc. I mean, come on.
Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze. I wouldn't even count Riddler because Riddler is pointless. Just a lot of those villains, but we'll get into that after we're done with the movie, because this could go on all day.
Yeah, it could.
So during this conversation, he finds out it's the fake Joker, and now he's on a hunt for whoever has information on the Joker. But what is he doing while this is happening? Well, apparently he buys a Hawaiian shirt and some beige old shorts, gets a camera. It's like, I think I'm gonna go kill something.
That imagery alone is just hilarious.
I know. So he then just happens to be at Barbara's apartment when she's with her dad going over how they don't want the Joker to be anywhere near them. And while he's in his Hawaiian shirt and beige shorts with a camera around his neck, he points the gun at where her spine meets her hip bones and just shoots her point blank, causing her to be paralyzed.
It's not very pleasant at all.
No, she's just on the floor writhing in pain and crying, and Jim Gordon, being the typical dad, I know I would do this, picks up a knife and picks up some scissors and tries to stab the Joker.
Gets his ass kicked.
Gets his ass kicked, but he tried to stab the Joker. That's the most violent the police have ever been with the Joker. So applause to Jim Gordon.
Yes.
Okay. And after he gets his ass kicked and is dragged out of the apartment, the Joker then just starts stripping Barbara, but for what reason? We'll get into why later. So after Batman's beating up people left and right, and after we have some flashbacks involving the Joker's supposed backstory, and now with me having the image of him being a sexual person.
Yeah, because he's got a wife who's pregnant and stuff. And potentially.
Potentially, because I'm like...
Who knows?
Because I'm like, the Joker being sexual. At all. Like, before he was the Joker, I could believe it if he was made the Joker right away, but we've known him for years.
Yeah.
And to think of him as a sexual person is just kind of like a horrible mental image now.
Well, besides all the sexual tension between him and Batman.
Well, there's that too. But anyway, after all that stuff, and Batman still has no leads, we gotta go back to the Carnival Amusement Park crack den thing, where these three little deformed midgets in gimp suits. No, I don't think it was gimp suits. It was something sexual sort of suits. Stripped Gordon naked, put a collar around him, and then put a leash on him. And they just start treating him.
Quite honestly, nobody needs to see Gordon naked.
No, I kept yelling at the screen, give him some pants. You can torture him and do all this stuff, but give him some damn pants. I don't want to know about the Gordon signal down there.
The Gordon signal.
Oh, look, they're still getting...
High school, they used to call me Flash Gordon.
Oh, God. So they get into this ghost train thing where the first stop is a law courtroom. And since I've been talking a lot, bro, you wanna take that scene?
So basically, they've got like this fucking those fake wigs and shit that fake wig, but you know, whatever. Like the judges wear, and they put it on Gordon, and they've got a book called The Law, and they're trying to just like basically, I don't know how I want to say it, but like they're describing somebody that basically just does what he wants, goes against the law, and to further his own means. And they ask what Gordon would do, and he says he would throw the book at him. And the Joker says, "Well, do it." And then everyone else starts chanting.
Throw the book! Throw the book!
And he does, and at that point, Joker pulls up a giant cardboard cutout of Batman, saying that that's exactly who they're talking about, basically. That it's Gordon's friend, Batman. Because it's true, Batman does do a lot of that shit.
Well, I mean, he's a man that... He's a man that dressed up as a flying rodent. If he were to just run around doing stuff by the book, people would just be like, so the law offices are now allowing psychopaths to be in the Justice Department. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like if someone were to say, I don't know, he ran for president and be like, President Batman 2020!
Well, I mean, we could have worse options.
I mean, we already have worse options, but... that's not my jurisdiction of topics. So, after the law scene, and Batman still not knowing anything, seriously, world's greatest detective doesn't know where his arch enemy is. The Joker then sends him to his second stop, which is for him to hear Mark Hamill singing.
Very, very, very disturbing song.
A very disturbing song, but at the same time, like, damn, Mark Hamill, you can sing.
Yeah, that's one thing we talked about before the review, but we didn't say it since then. The voice cast is great. You got Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. That's all you need to know. You got Tara Strong too, of course, as Batgirl and others. But
yeah, but everyone knows if Tara Strong were to just be Tara Strong, everyone would just be all over that.
Yeah, Mark Hamill, Kevin Conroy. What else do you need to know? They're fucking phenomenal. It's some of their best work as the characters, in my opinion.
And the freaky thing is, I think Mark Hamill did justice more for the flashback Joker and this film Joker than he did for that Batman Beyond movie, Return of the Joker. Yeah. And the thing of it is, Mark Hamill has said for years that he wanted to do The Killing Joke. This has been one of his main staple things, saying if they were to make a story of it, he'll do the dialogue. Even when he did the references in Arkham Knight, where all you just see are fragments of The Killing Joke, not going as far as the movie, you're pretty much like, Mark Hamill knows his comics.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anyway, back on track.
Back on... wordplay. Back on track.
I didn't even realize that.
During the song, we then have the most controversial scene from both the graphic novel and every person that knows the story of Gordon seeing photography images of his paralyzed naked daughter in her own pool of blood, just crying and sobbing, while he's just forced to look at it for I don't know how long. The panel stops at this dark tunnel, but we have no idea how far the Joker went with those photos. That's the horrifying part about what makes the Joker so synonymous. Not any bullshit he ever does. Not like, did you know that in the New 52 and before the Rebirth thing, they try to make him immortal?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Then in Rebirth, they said there are 3 Jokers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Comics are weird these days.
Comics are weird these days, and that's why I believe that this is what makes the Joker so horrifying. He knows what he's doing. He's actually pretty smart. And when he does his intellectual stuff to even outsmart Batman, which are very few instances, that's when you know that this is the true clown prince of darkness and crime. He does not fuck around when it's something serious.
Hell no.
But anyway, after Gordon goes through that lovely trip through Torture Lane, we then have to deal with a balled up fetal position Jim Gordon in a naked pose, which is still disturbing. I'm still on why couldn't they give him pants after torturing him, but that's my own problem.
To make it even more demeaning.
Well, I could see that, but I just don't want to picture his wang.
Just imagine a badge in front of it.
Okay. I'm good. I'm good. Brother saving the day, everyone. So, after that, we finally get Batman finding out where they are because the Joker sent a free pass with a card saying, "Compliments of the Joker." And as soon as he gets there, what do you guys think is going to happen? Is he going to stroll in there all nice and calm and with a peaceful sort of thing to go to the Joker?
No! It's fucking Batman! Goes in there and kicks the shit out of some circus freaks.
Yes, he does. And he finds the naked Gordon and finally wraps him up in something so we don't have to see him naked.
Yes.
That was...
Gordon wants Joker brought in by the book.
By the book, because he was not broken by all of that stuff, apparently.
Yes.
Although...
A will of steel.
Yeah, but although that kind of didn't really pan out well for after the story came out, because he kind of went a little bit insane and more overprotected than normal. So maybe he was a little broken?
Yeah, well.
So anyway, when Batman finally goes to try and confront the Joker, we hit one of my favorite monologue scenes. And if you guys know me, I hate monologue scenes. They are boring. They do not do anything. Bro, do you like monologue scenes?
Depends. They have to be really good.
Exactly.
The one minutes.
Exactly my point. Because throughout the entire time Batman's trying to find him, it's literally like the Joker is going inside of his mind and trying to fuck with him. But
it's like basically saying that everyone is just one bad day away from being the Joker.
which is kind of true when you think about it. I mean, we're all really just one bad day away from becoming whatever the Joker has become, whatever the backstory actually is. Like, before we get into the final sequence, do you want to tell them what the backstory is?
Well, basically, the backstory of the Joker in this comic and the movie is he is a struggling comedian, very, very struggling comedian, and he's trying to support his pregnant wife and trying to earn enough money to move out of their crappy neighborhood before the baby gets here. And he's not getting any work, so he turns to the mob. Basically, they want his help to get through a chemical plant that he used to work at, and they dress him up as the Red Hood. But before that, and since we're doing spoilers, the day that the job was supposed to be done, he finds out that his wife had died through some freak accident, and the mob says that you're going to go through with it anyway. So shit goes sour. Cops show up and they're starting to shoot the other guys that were with them, and then Batman shows up thinking that it's the Red Hood, even though it's not. And he ends up tripping over a fucking ledge and falling into the chemicals and acid or whatever.
It's never
and
clear.
The Joker is born.
So yeah, that's basically the backstory, but what I love most about in the final scene, the Joker just flat out admits that he remembers it one way, he remembers it another. But if he was to remember his past, I prefer multiple choice. And during that whole sequence, you're just like, if he was this smart, how come he only just does this in this one story? You have to thank the godfather of good stories and comics of Alan Moore for this. The guy that made League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, V for Vendetta, and I believe it was, shit, what was that other story? I know Alan Moore is like the godfather of good stories, and the controversial book of Lost Girls, which is basically Wendy, Darling, Alice, and what's the bitch, Dorothy Gale, regaling stories of them having sexual adventures when they were kids, and then them screwing each other as old ladies.
Well then.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
Oh no, they will never adapt that because no one wants to adapt child porn. Well, I mean, no one that respects themselves. But we're going to get to the finale. So, after the Joker is pretty much beating on Batman, wondering why he isn't laughing at how the world is just a giant joke, and Batman's just beating him up, saying that he's heard the same thing over and over again. And after they fall out a window with the Joker having a gun that just has the clang 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 banner, we end it not on violence, but on something very interesting. Batman wants to solve things peacefully, saying that he wants to help him, but the Joker just says no before saying one killing joke about two men in an insane asylum trying to escape with the punchline of, "Are you crazy?" I can't remember the entire joke because it's very complicated to remember jokes when you're not a full-time comedian. I mean, we just do it part-time because YouTube doesn't pay us enough. But after that, they just both start laughing. And laughing.
Then, suddenly, the Joker's laugh stops.
Because all you see is the Batman putting his hands on the Joker's shoulders, the camera panning down, and then you just hear Batman laughing.
It's been left ambiguous for years. Did Batman strangle the Joker or break his neck, or...
Actually, the working theory, according to Alan Moore, is he meant it to be open-ended about if he snapped his neck or not.
Yeah.
And if this were the actual case, I'd be like, I would prefer it would be just he choked him out to go unconscious.
Yeah.
Because I can't picture Bruce killing somebody.
Well.
I mean, unless you're Zack Snyder and don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Or you know, Michael Keaton's Batman killed people.
Yeah.
With a smile! Just stuck some dynamite in your belt, bro. I'm gonna smile.
The point is, Hollywood does not know how to write Batman. But after that scene, though, how do we end it on an even more ambiguous note on development? Well, apparently a few months later, like a month or two later, they never specify, we get Oracle! Who is Oracle?
Teaser.
But who is Oracle to those of you that don't know? Oracle is the greatest thing that happened to Barbara Gordon ever. But I'm leaving that rant for another video. But this is basically the killing joke.
Yeah. Overall, I liked it. I was happy that it stuck faithful to the comic.
And added on some stuff, but I'm just still on that whole case about why people don't like the prologue stuff.
I mean, like I said, it was unnecessary, but it was harmless. It did not bother me. I enjoyed it.
I did too, but it's kind of like, guys, the complaints that you have don't really make any sense. Batman and Barbara being in a relationship, in the comics, they might have had one when Dick Grayson left to join the Titans in his solo series in the 60s. Barbara being all cocky and not knowing what she's doing, she was still in her early 20s. Which one of you out there, when you just hit 20, stop acting reckless?
Besides, who wouldn't want to fuck the Batman?
I mean, I would only fuck Batwoman if she actually turned straight, but...
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. Batman says you're gonna fuck him. You're gonna fuck him.
Fair enough point. But the only thing about the prologue I hated was Paris Franz.
Yeah.
He was just creepy. Who creeps on a superhero and asks a prostitute voiced by Kale Walgreen to put on a mask?
Yeah, I know.
You need help if you do that.
She kicked the shit out of him and he still wanted her. Like, she was gonna kill the guy.
It's just... I've encountered a lot of terrible characters in fiction. Fritz the Cat, a couple of the cast from Prison School, Shinji Ikari,
Oh, fuck him.
that dickweed from School Days, Naruto, but Paris Franz, man, that's just a whole new level of stupid and creepy. Even the bullshit in that one anime where it's like you're forbidden to have anything sexual or have sex of any kind. At least that had a realistic feel of why people, when they're repressed, act all sex hungry and sex crazed. But with Paris Franz, it's like he's a rich, spoiled guy in the mafia trying to fuck Barbara Gordon because she's what?
That girl's hot. What?
I mean, if that were the reason, yeah, but he's just like, he just tries to kill her, she beats the shit out of his men in him, and it's like, I love you, Batgirl! I love you!
Yeah.
But, away from the prologue elements, the rest of it I just loved to death. It captured what I remember reading when I was younger, and even more so, because now I can finally laugh at Mark Hamill being the Joker in a Hawaiian shirt and beige shorts.
I would say my only nitpick about the movie is the animation quality could have been a little bit better.
How so?
Like, just some of it didn't look quite as good as the comic, and I don't expect it to look exactly like the comic book.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just a little nitpick. There were some shots that looked directly from the comic, especially of the Joker. But it's, I mean, I've seen DC do better animation, but it's just a little nitpick. I still enjoyed it overall. It did not take away from my enjoyment of the film.
No, but I'm still stuck on those white eyes, man. How pure evil do you have to be to have those pure white eyes during a plan?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Same with how you can get your mouth to open that wide for that toothy grin of his.
That would be so cool to do for cosplay, though. Although, by the end of it, you're just gonna have a bunch of girls going like, so, you can crack your mouth that wide, huh? But my only nitpick with the actual story of it would probably be of just the mental images of both the Joker having sex and the mental image of Jim Gordon's whole nakedness throughout the entirety of his torture scene. And also the midgets. Those deformed midgets creep me the fuck out with their design.
Oh, fuck yeah. Those, yeah.
I honestly thought that I was watching a Let's Play of Catherine during one of the nightmare scenes. Cause I'm just...
With a chainsaw.
It kind of looked like Child with Chainsaw siblings just running around trying to act like gimps.
Child with fucking chainsaw.
But those are just my only gripes because, one, when you grow up reading a lot of comics with the Joker, falling in love with the story, and then trying to imagine killing him to bang Harley Quinn, I mean, who among us hasn't imagined that? It's a little weird imagining the Joker before or after having sex with anyone, because in the movie they actually point out that he sleeps with prostitutes.
I know.
So it's kind of like, so you put up with a man that has a maniacal laugh and would probably choke you to death during to have sex. Okay.
The money is good.
Yeah.
Maybe it makes them laugh. I don't know.
I couldn't tell, but that's just my own gripe with it, I guess. But I think a lot of people would understand my whole need for just Jim Gordon not to be naked all the time.
Especially old man Jim Gordon. I mean, come on.
God, no.
Remember the badge. It's covering things.
The badge is covering things. So, bro, you know how I like to do this. So I like to point out favorite characters, favorite scenes, least favorite characters, least favorite scenes, then rating, and then letter grade. What are yours?
Well, favorite characters, obviously, I guess I'll cheat and pick two. It's gonna be Batman and the Joker. Those two going back and forth is always great.
Yeah.
Least favorite character, we've already picked on this fucker enough. Paris France. It was just honorable or dishonorable mention of least favorite character is Naked Gordon.
Yes, Naked Gordon.
Favorite scene is probably the one that we talked about a lot. Was like when the Joker's giving his monologue, and then him and Batman catch up to each other, and then all that leads into the ending. Least favorite scene? Naked Gordon. As far as a rating, I guess, I don't know, I'm not good at these. 9 or 10 out of 10? I enjoyed it. Fuck, I enjoyed it. So, I'm not gonna lie.
Alrighty, well, as for me, favorite characters, Joker, Batman, Alfred when he tried to steal the scene. You are always a pimp, man. Gotta love Alfred. And also Barbara Gordon, because when you pretty much cowgirl style Batman, you already win favorite of the movie. Favorite scene, same as my brother here, the monologue scene, the ambiguous ending, and I'm gonna add in one more. It would have to be the final flashback scene where we see the Joker's birth.
Yeah, that was a good one. Something
about seeing how the Joker's born, no matter how he doesn't remember it, it just sends this thing in my mind where I'm like, this could work on a multiple amount of levels for a character. But least favorite characters, obviously Paris France, because we picked on him a lot in this review. The deformed midgets. And I think that's it, but dishonorable mention, obviously Naked Gordon. But honorable mention would go to the brief cameo of Harley Quinn in photos.
Oh yeah.
I did not miss that, animators. I know you slipped that in and did not deliver on my Harley boner. Least favorite scene, Naked Gordon. I don't know, Batman never figuring out where the Joker was. And any remote scene where they mention the Joker's sex life. I will not let that go. And as for my letter grade and rating, since we're doing 0 out of 10 and 10 for this one, I'm gonna do a 9.5 out of 10 and give it an A-. I'm only doing 9.5 out of 10 because I agree with my brother here. We see the good animation for it, but comparing it to the one shot comic to this, it's kind of like you could have done a lot more liberties with this. It's a really big story, a really huge milestone, bigger than Jason Todd's death, bigger than the arrival of Damian Wayne, because no one really expected Batman to have a son from Talia Ghul. We expected Catwoman, but not Talia. this is the cornerstone of what made the Joker, and what gave us Oracle, one of the brightest minds in the DC universe, who I think would outsmart Brainiac. I think.
Well, maybe. Brainiac is a little bit out there.
Yeah.
He's insanely powerful, and he can get into anything almost. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Brainiac anymore.
I don't know either. So many weird continuity changes. We're old for comics, okay? We're old for comics. But all I'm still stating is, out of every single Batman story, not counting the newer stuff that's actually good, like The Court of Owls or Shush, where it's him fighting a bunch of homeless people. Yeah, he actually fights a ring of homeless people because some dude's trying to take over Gotham. The art quality could have been a lot greater, and they could have taken a bit more liberties with how to portray the events, because in a comic you have to stop at certain points, otherwise people will be super scarred. That's why they changed up the formula for the mass comics. So with this... yeah. So with this, in a movie where it's literally R-rated, we could have like upped the ante a little with what to show. I mean, we've all wanted to know what would happen, not in the ambiguous ending, but in the tunnel, about how far the Joker actually went. We could have actually said the F word. We've said S word, D word, B word, A word, but never fuck. I mean, how hard is that to put in an R-rated movie? I mean, we've heard, oh shit, the Batman and his bitch, and all that stuff was like, but why not the F word in an R-rated movie? If you're gonna say every swear word, you can at least say the F word. But that's just my own take on it, and this is where we are leaving Batman for now. But eventually... yeah, watch it. It's definitely recommended to watch it because the DVD is coming out soon. It's already streaming on the internet everywhere. And I think the next time we're going to actually talk about the Joker is when I go to look at Suicide Squad. Because I want to see if Jared Leto can actually do a good Joker after all this. Because Mark Hamill is a huge thing to live up to, along with Heath Ledger now. So, Jared Leto, what are you bringing to the table? I'm interested now. And then we're gonna... and then after Suicide Squad, I'm definitely looking at Doctor Strange, and I think one other movie this year before I call it quits for new movies, because tickets are expensive, guys.
Yeah, they are.
I'm not made out of money.
Yeah, Suicide Squad's one I'll be going to see. I don't know about I want to see Doctor Strange, but just have to see what happens.
Yeah. Oh wait, I remember the final movie I wanted to see before we end out this 1 year of After Hours. Ghost in the Shell with Scarlett Johansson. Only so I can prove to everyone it's not whitewashing when it's cyborgs.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you could do whitewashing offense for Doctor Strange, but Ghost in the Shell, they're cyborgs. They're made everywhere.
Exactly.
What race do they have besides I'm a techno person? That'd be like if they were to say, are you an android? Racist! I'm a cyborg! But anyway, guys, actually, I'm not going to do my outro. I'm going to do my brother's outro. So, guys, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and all that good shit.
All that motherfucking good shit.
And I will see you guys in my next video, and be sure to subscribe to OmegaVerseGaming for all the good gaming content, countdowns, Warframe sort of videos, all that goodness. And oh yes, we need to do more family stuff.
I agree.
So anyway, peace out, people.
I'll try it your way for once. Remember what we used to say? Jackpot.